Have you ever pondered the enigma of how a charismatic, highly educated man could metamorphose into one of America's most infamous serial killers? Amid the serene tranquility of Burlington, Vermont, on a chilly November day in 1946, a child was born into an unassuming middle-class family. This child, unbeknownst to the world, was Ted Bundy. As he evolved, his charm and his charisma became an integral part of him, as distinguishing as the hue of his brown hair and the twinkle of his blue eyes. A magnetic and intellectually gifted young Bundy sought knowledge at the University of Washington, later navigating the corridors of law school. Magnetism was compelling, his intellect unchallenged, his charm hypnotic. Yet these qualities, usually heralding a bright future, were destined to cast a sinister shadow. His charisma morphed into his deadliest weapon, a crafty instrument of manipulation and treachery in his horrifying criminal undertakings. Beneath the polished facade of a well-educated and charming man lay a beast, a predator, invisible to those ensnared by his charm. Could anyone have suspected that beneath this beguiling exterior prowled a lethal predator? In the chilling decade of the 1970s, a monstrous specter emerged on American soil. This was the time when Bundy, a man of unthinkable darkness, initiated his reign of terror. With a bloodthirsty spree that severed the tranquility of multiple states, his name became synonymous with dread. Imagine this, a man who could lock eyes with you, flash an innocent smile, then unravel a level of brutality too ghastly to fathom. Bundy was a master of deception, artfully donning the guise of authority or feigning a harmless injury to lure his prey into a deadly trap. Once ensnared, victims bore witness to the abrupt fall of this facade, and were greeted by a bleak, merciless fate. Bundy's crimes were not mere murders, they were savage exhibitions of unspeakable violence, including sexual assault and gruesome mutilation. His insidious charm and shrewd manipulations left behind a nightmarish path that wound its way from Washington to Oregon, then Utah, Colorado, and the ultimate destination of horror, Florida. Each state a chilling testament to his inhuman acts, each community a shaken echo of shock and terror. Years, Bundy orchestrated an elusive dance with the law, maintaining a chilling lead through his artful duplicity. Yet even this reign of terror, as cold and calculating as it was, could not elude the grasp of justice indefinitely. Yet even the most cunning fox cannot forever evade the relentless pursuit of the hounds. The year was 1978, and at last, fortune abandoned Bundy. The long arm of the law finally reached him, and he was captured. The ensuing courtroom drama was as twisted, it was spine-chilling. Ever the seducer, Bundy chose to be his defense. With a charm as chilling as ice, he morphed the trial into a grotesque spectacle, puppeteering the court as effortlessly as he once did his victims. A verdict was reached, and Bundy was deemed guilty of multiple heinous murders. The gavel landed with a resounding final thud, the sentence, death. Yet, in an audacious defiance, Bundy clung to his innocence for many long years. His days on death row weren't filled with remorse but with steadfast denial, latching onto a facade of innocence like a desperate man clinging onto a lifeboat in a tempest. However, as the sands of his life's hourglass inevitably dwindled, a transformation overcame Bundy. Whether it was the desperate clutch at straws or a futile attempt to forestall the end, Bundy at last admitted his guilt. His confession to the horrifying murders at least 30 innocent young women and girls sent cataclysmic ripples across the nation. It confirmed the darkest dreads of many and snuffed out the lingering doubts in others. In the cold pre-dawn hours of January 24, 1989 at Florida's Rayford prison, Ted Bundy met his grim finale via the electric chair. The man who once held a nation hostage in terror was no more. Yet his sinister shadow persisted, casting a gloomy veil over the memories of his victims and serving as a chilling reminder of the monstrous evil that can lurk beneath a charming veneer. Ted Bundy, the beguiling murderer, has left a legacy as black as night, securing his place as one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. His remains a stark and grim warning to us all, a chilling testament to the unimaginable depths of human wickedness and the lasting scars of horrific deeds.